This story happened almost 20 years ago. My wife and I were living quite well together. By that time, we had been married for over 10 years. My wife looked very attractive back then. Many men were interested in her, but she always laughed off their attempts. She worked at a large store in the city center, where more than 40 women and 5 men were employed. Among them was an electrician who, in addition to his main job, sold erotic films on the side. My wife and I bought a few of those films at a small price, and the man even gave her a couple of tapes, as a gift for Women's Day. My wife told me that this electrician was a terrible womanizer, and more than 10 of her colleagues were known to be his lovers. Naturally, he met with each one individually, but they all knew about each other. The women spoke quite openly about how good he was in bed. Eventually, it was my wife's friend's turn. This young woman begged my wife to arrange a meeting at our apartment, since she was married and he was married as well. My wife and I went out for a walk, while they stayed alone. By the time we returned, they had already done what they had planned and looked more than satisfied. Naively, I thought that this would be a one-time thing, and that we might occasionally see this couple for socializing. Oh. Didn't realize that my wife had truly become fascinated by this man. When I went on a business trip, he started visiting her without her friend. My wife didn't tell me anything, but I noticed that her sexual behavior had changed a lot. Again, I didn't give it much thought. I assumed it was just from watching those erotic films. On the first floor of our building lived our close family friend, who hinted to me that my marriage might be in danger. So I told my wife I was going on another business trip, but instead I went to stay at a friend's house. He lived alone in a big place, and I planned to stay there for a couple of days, but something made me uneasy. I woke up in the middle of the night and decided to go home. I walked about 2 kilometers on foot and entered our building. Everything was quiet. I silently opened the front door, and suddenly I saw my wife, wearing her silk robe, coming out of the bathroom, and this was at 5 in the morning. I felt ashamed of doubting her, and kissed her passionately. That morning we had incredible sex, and for the first time she let me finish inside her, though she usually didn't allow it. All my doubts vanished like a bad dream. Later that day, I stopped by our friend's apartment. Her husband was at work. She and I had always shared a certain attraction, though we never crossed any lines. After a glass of homemade wine, she told me that a man had been with my wife literally right before I came home, that it was a miracle we didn't run into each other. My wife didn't deny it and admitted everything, and I forgave her. About 9 months later, we had a wonderful daughter, whom I wholeheartedly recognize as my own.